these up. Pottery shelf. Just too loud. It is a little bit loud. It might be a bop. Will you like that? Loose on my head right now, huh? That's okay. Sometimes I feel like if it's too loose, especially if there's like really good, well, I don't know if I'd call this good music, but if there's like music that makes your head bounce, you know, then it's gonna get looser and looser. I just don't want it to fall off while I'm throwing. That'd be a mess. Alright, we got the 3. I'm gonna set it on the wheel right now. These are wet too. Spin. Alright. Camera A. Alright. Here we go, guys. Green on. Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. 3 more pots coming you guys' way. I got these ones right in the back. I'm gonna be throwing them. I'm gonna be making 3 more trees like we make every single day. We're getting closer and closer to the year. So that's pretty exciting, but we're gonna get over there. So, green, off. Embarrassing. Green, off. Green, off. So annoying. Alright. Camera C. Turn this puppy off. Boom, 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 boom. There's so many comments. Oh my gosh. Someone said this is so school. Thank you. I've never been school before. Bah, 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 bah. I'm gonna get some more water out of this too. Just because sometimes if the water gets a little bit too thick, it's hard to work with. Alrighty. A little bit of water right on that wheel. It's not even on properly, huh? There we go. this. Cut this off. Alright, there we go. Dum, 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 dum. Camera B. Camera B. A little water right underneath this. There we go. The clay right now, it's really, really stiff, right? But you'll see I throw with a ton of water, so the stiff clay is gonna help me out later on, right? All right, camera A. Camera A. Camera C. We're slowly gonna bring this down. And wherever it gets wobbly, you're gonna lower that right hand right to that wobbly section. Oh. So right now you can see it ripped, right? So hold on, camera A. Camera A. So you can see right in this section it ripped, right? So it's not gonna wanna go down anymore without it ripping off. So you really gotta just smash that down and we gotta start over. And so that's just because the clay is so hard, it's gonna rip and tear rather than stretch and bend, right? And so whenever it tears like that, you know, sometimes that's like the good quality about having like soft clay is that it wants to just do whatever you want, right? But hard clay kind of has its own limitations. Oh, there we go. Hammer fist coming right down on top. Right down to the bottom. And there you go, you're centered. Okay. Camera C. Bring this right out to the edge here. Thumb's going right down this middle. If it gets dry in there, add some water. Can't have the tadpoles dry out. Use your captain hook to cut right across that bottom. Right over to that edge there. Perfect. The bottom's nice and smooth. All right, you're gonna grab your llama. Camera B. Llama's gonna bite down right on that rim. And you know what llamas love, guys? Llamas love volcanoes. Knuckle right on this bottom edge, slowly bringing this base inwards, right? And the key with throwing, right? You can see one of my hairs is like off. Look at that. You guys see that? What the fuck? But the key with making these cylinders is you want to just make a steeper and steeper volcano until it's what is it called? Until it's a like a really steep volcano or just a perfect cylinder, right? And so you're just walking this bump up. People call it a pole. I think it's more of like a lift, right? And so that's realistically what you got to aim for, is that little bump. If you don't see that bump, then don't finish the pole, right? That's what I always think about whenever I'm throwing, right? Okay, we got one more. Right to the bottom here. And we're a little bit thin on that base, right? But don't freak out if you start seeing it wobble. Finish those poles. Oh, how hype is that, guys? How hype is that? Twist this down. Hold that rim. Making trees all day long. You know it's not wrong for pottery. It's just me and myself in the basement making all my pots. Yo. Alright, camera C. Camera C. Take this right down to this bottom edge here. Someone said I kind of sound like iDubbbz. What? I feel like that's such an old school YouTuber, dude. I feel like iDubbbz was popular in like the 2010s. Someone said, holy shit, that's a load of trees. Well, you should see my upstairs. I make trees every day, right? So my living room and my dining room, I took all the furniture out just so I could fit the pots in there. And then I also, my guest bedroom's all pots, and then this basement is all pots. So bright. Gonna curl these up. And the key with these is you want them to look like they're growing off the pot, right? So you don't want to force them too much. The more time you spend there, the more opportunity for failure you're giving, right? So let them be quick, let them be gestural, right? You know, you have all these painters and stuff who just like throw paint at a canvas, right? And they're all talking about gesture, right? Well, I feel like sometimes that doesn't have a lot of control, right? Because it's like you're using kind of just like the mechanics of gravity and stuff and to make those images, right? But I think for pottery, you have your hands on it. Anytime you are changing the form, your hands are touching the material. You're so in tune with what's happening, and I really think that that's the power of pottery. Camera B. Alright, camera C. Camera C. Why so many though? I'm digging your music selection. So I'm doing a thing where I make 3 every single day. I'll show you guys actually. Alright, so hold on, I gotta turn the music down a little bit. All the best and strong mentality. All the best and strong mentality. Is it not playing? Oh, I have to go here. All the best and strong mentality. Why is it just not playing? What the heck is going on here? There we go. Here we go. I want to build my own machine. How about that? Alright, so you guys can kind of get a little bit of what I'm doing. So that's just of May, right? And so now I'm in June, so I'm doing every day for June too. But I've done it for almost a whole year. July 14th is when I've hit a year. And so somebody asked me why. Because I told myself I would, and I want to keep that promise to myself, right? And there's a lot of times in my life where what's the word? Whenever adversity would come to me, I would just falter right away, and I wouldn't even try, right? And so then one day I told myself I was gonna stop doing that, and so now I really try to keep my own promises to myself. So why am I posting every day? Why am I doing this? It's because when you put it out to the public and stuff, it's an obligation to yourself to keep doing it, right? When it's alone and you don't put it out there, it's very easy for that little demon in your mind to whisper like, oh, well, you don't have to, nobody would know. But now everybody knows, right? So here we go. Camera B. Pop this up a little bit. Wait, is this gonna play again? Or did I? Hold on, guys. Yeah, no, we're good. I don't know why my voice commands weren't working right there, though. Kind of weird. Somebody said, that's so nice, I appreciate it. Somebody asked me, dope, do you sell all those pots? No, I don't sell a single one of them. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see if we can get a better thing. The clay is, again, it's a little bit harder too, so if we do it, we probably can't do something too crazy. Alright, camera A. Camera A. Transition, bring that up. Hammer fist down. Camera C. And so the key here, right, is you gotta split this up into three sections, right? Keep your hand on this left third here, right? Slowly bring this down, and then slowly pull back all that off-center clay right into that hand. And it's gonna sit right on center there, right? And so that's how I always center, no matter what. Somebody said, if you don't sell anything, what about a trade? You have some stuff? Yeah, I haven't fired a single one of the trees either. So, you know, right now I just am making things, right? So it's just kind of difficult. And then, you know, I work every day. So, well, not anymore because it's the summer, but I still work 5 days a week now. And I just want to be able to, you know, have time to do all this stuff. When I have to edit this every day too, and I have to move all these pots, I don't have a lot of time to go out places, right? Somebody said womp womp. I learned what that means recently. So I'm just not gonna do the trading or selling. I gotta just focus on this stuff right now, but I appreciate your interest. Yeah, of course. Thanks for stopping by, Rage Bolt. Again, little fist, knuckle right underneath this edge here. You're slowly bringing that up. Alright, camera B. Camera B. Collar this in just a little bit. Right down to this bottom edge here. Okay, and so you can see we didn't do a big, huge bump on that one, right? All we did there was just a small bump because the clay is uneven right now, so I'm trying to even that out just a little bit. Where else are you streaming, broski? I'm streaming on YouTube Shorts right now. Getting a little bit wobbly on that bottom, but we're not gonna stop. Finish the pole off strong. Dude. So I'm using I have a head camera that like wirelessly transmits to my computer that I have down here, and so I built like a budget PC. Hold on, let me finish this poll. There we go. So I built like a budget PC in order to do all my streaming. And then the thing that I'm using, I'm a gamer guy, so a lot of gamers will use voice commands or like this program called Voice Attack to do hotkeys, and so I have the hotkeys hooked up to my streaming software, so then when I say certain words, it changes cameras. So fun. So you can see it's tilting a little bit, but we just got to keep an eye on it. Sometimes they'll fall. They almost fall like, actually like trees, right? But usually, whenever you start seeing it fall, if you just twist it up a little bit more, the twist actually acts as like a little bit of a support. Right down to this bottom edge here. There we go. Alright, there we go. And I think we're going to do a double tendril on this one. And again, curling these all the way up the side of the pot. There we go. Double curl this in. And again, you're going to take this one. And like I always say, the less you touch it, the better it's usually going to turn out, right? Because then you give it that natural, almost growing look, right? Oh. What clay is that, and what does it fire to? I'm using a dark brown stoneware, and it goes all the way to 10, but at 10 it really starts looking like not like dark chocolate, but it will get kind of like a milk chocolate color. There's some water in here that I want to kind of get out here. Alright, here we go. So there's number 2. Camera C. Camera C. Alright, so there's the second one, right? We got the third one coming up. Grab this. Alright, push this down. Alright guys, again, my water's getting a little bit thick, so I gotta make sure if it gets too thick, I gotta just get some better water there. It's not full of clay. Yeah, the camera's charged? Yeah, Kiwi, I got the head camera charged now. I'm at the gym watching you make money trees. That's so funny. Camera B. Alright, so my head camera is kind of drifting to the side a little bit, so I gotta make sure I push that back. Clay God's bless this throw. That's so funny. Alright, here we go. Alright, right down to the bottom. Slowly bring this up. Someone said I'm their favorite YouTuber. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Alright, camera A.
This is the home of massive dance records, classic pop music, good times, and people staying up long after their bedtime.
We might need to go one more to this bottom edge here. There we go. And slowly just walk that down, right guys? If you start feeling it tear or wobble, just lower that hand there. Hand's getting a little dry, add some more water on there. Which tree is this today? This is number 3, so this is the last one. Alright, right down to the bottom, get ready to transition. You're gonna bring this up. I'm making a tree. I make trees every day. Hammer fist coming down. Camera C. Camera C. And again, look at where that hand is, always on that third, right? And as I'm bringing that clay down, I'm going to slowly bring that fist backwards. And all that off-centered clay is going to right around, right into that hand, centering everything. Alright, we're going to come here. First thing we got to do, we got to check if there's any rabbits. Any rabbits? Let's check. No rabbits? No rabbits. Okay, now we got to get some water on the inside here. You can't have the tadpoles drying out. You're going to hook your finger, and you always want to cut right along that bottom, right? Think of it as 3 layers of cake. You cut through that bottom layer of that cake, the top 2 layers are going to move with you, right? And so that way, you don't want it to feel like you have to use a lot of your arm muscles. I'm a noodly guy. I don't got a lot of strength, right? But what do I got? I got a mind, right? So try to use your mind to help you with the clay, right? Think of it like your finger's like a water jet cutter, right? Get ready. Llama. Boom, 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 boom. Camera B. Camera B. Bites right down on that rim. And slowly, you know what the llama loves, guys. Come on, what does he love? He loves the volcanoes, right? And like Squidward always says, Krakatoa! Shaboom! A little bit of water. We gotta get a new refill on the water here. Getting a little bit too clay-like. And again, I move this over to my head. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Alright, first thing you're going to do, you got your volcano. You're going to bring that base right in. And why did we do that? So then it's a little bit thinner towards that top, so when we bring that out, it's a slight taper. Right? Right down to the bottom, grab that knuckle. Slow, always slow on that base. Slowly bringing this little bump upwards. But we're not really trying to get a crazy bump. Right? We're just trying to equalize those walls in the first couple pulls, right? Because it's still too thick on that bottom, right? Somebody said they saw a volcano eruption before. That's crazy. I feel like I'd be a little bit scared, to be honest. I feel like just magma's gonna land on my hands or something. Alright, right down to the bottom again. Slowly bumping that in. Very slow. Dish out that bump right over top of those fingers. And just slowly walk that bump up all the way. Don't lose the bump and don't get freaked out. There's a little wobble on that bottom. And then once you get tall enough, all of a sudden, you're gonna feel, at least I got some noodly legs, right? So my elbow, right, just slides right off the bone, right? And so I gotta tuck that in towards my body to make sure I still keep that supported, right? collar that in. Always, you can't be losing that rim. As soon as that rim is out, you're toast, yo. Alright, some more water right on this base. Alright, right here. I went a little bit too narrow on that bottom. I'm still gonna finish the pole. I'm bringing my hands towards 6 o'clock as I'm pulling up. I'm not freaking out on that bottom even though it's getting all wobbly. Finish off that pole strong, guys. Whew. You can see I was tilting it a little bit, so I should have done something a little bit different on there. How do you make the same thing over and over again when your studio is so high tech it breaks my brain? Because it's all about what these things do for the mentality, you know? It's not about what I'm making, it's about like what it does for the mentality, and that's for everything in my life, yo. And that's how I structure things, right? Alright, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6, but you gotta fix 5. Okay. This is gonna tilt. So we gotta be ready for it to start collapsing because it's thin on that bottom. Oh, you can see that one side is wanting to give. We might just give it. Nope, we got it. And just slowly walk this up. And you'll see when you walk this up, it slowly wants to twist up. Right? So we got that one thin one you guys can see. So we just got to be careful. And we're going to actually twist this one up before we pop it out on that rim there. Kiss that rim. This one is definitely tree-like. Perhaps the most tree-like of the day. Somebody said, sometimes when I'm pulling up, it gets too dry towards the top. Any tips? I always think you should, whenever I start a pull, I always drag my fingers down the wall of the pot when I'm going inside the pot for that pull. If I feel any tense or like it grabbing on my fingers at all, I'll always use a little bit of water towards the top. But I always use I almost said a bad word. I always use a ton of water, right? And so what I would say to you is like, try using some harder clay and more water, right? Like I use really hard clay, so then I can use a lot of water and it's not gonna have everything get destroyed, right? Sometimes if it gets too like soft, then it just can't support itself. So that's why I like the hard clay. I like that. It's about sending a message, totally. Alright. Somebody said they were here yesterday. How long have I been making clay for? 4.5 years on the wheel. But I take this stuff like those 4.5 years I took it pretty seriously, you know. I was doing some clay things before, but I wasn't really taking it serious. And I wasn't really trying to get good on the wheel. Hard as in more grog? Or are you talking about stiffness? Stiffness. I usually, right out of the bag, I'll leave my clay out for like 6 to 8 hours, you know. But keep an eye on it, right? You want it to feel like it's a block of solid leather, right? Alright. Alright. His talent sent to us for... No, I totally, what you just said there, I totally agree. Like my goal for all these things is that hopefully one day, if you like my content, right, that I'll be able to make so much pottery, right? That you guys will feel so compelled to follow your own kind of like goals to such a degree where you shut off the stream and you just start attacking your goals, right? I really think that's my dream for everybody who's watching, right? Because you guys are donating your time. There's nothing more valuable in somebody's life than their time. And so I'd always appreciate if you guys would always go and, you know, get after your goals in life, right? There's that one saying where it's like every person has 2 lives, and the second starts when they realize they only have just one, right? And so really always attack your goals, guys. There's nothing more important. Alright, camera A. Camera A. Benjamin Moore, I remember you. I think you're heading out, but thanks for stopping by. Alright, here we go. Green on. We're gonna start off with this one. This one that I just finished. I think this one is the most wound up out of all of them today. Well, actually, now I'm looking at it. The one next to it right here is a little bit similar. But I think this one is kind of nice as the pedals, and it's pretty wide on the top. I think this one was the closest to failing today, but it still turned out. You know, as soon as you set that twist in, it acts as a support for the vessel itself, so then you can go wider on that top. So I really like this one. I think this one over here, the tendrils are just cruising. I think the tendrils on this one are really some of my favorite that I've done in a little bit. I'm still doing the pattern tendrils. I think there's four tendrils on there, but I'm really allowing them to fold and noodle over each other. And I think it gives it a whole new dynamic that I wasn't capitalizing on before in those types of pots. And then we got the one on the top. We got a double tendril. You know, I always think when we break away from the pattern, it starts looking like those appendages, those arms, start getting that gesture to the pot. But I really like that one on the top there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. All the best in strong mentality. And then, I think it's goated 1. It's not playing any of my things. I gotta play it over here. Turn this down. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, thanks so much, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna head off here, I have to edit, and then I gotta go to work later, so I'm gonna get right into that, but I'll look at the comments one more time. My head camera's kinda getting in my way here. Just tilting over a little bit too much. Alright, anyway, alright, I'm heading out. Computer? Alright, peace out guys.